Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review, another week of Love Island reviews, TTT. Before we do get started, I just want to give a huge shout out. To every single person who joined the Sunday live with the vibe, guys. We had a jolly good time yesterday. Even though there was a few technical glitches in the beginning. I know, awkward, because what was that? My laptop has never done that before, but no. A huge shout out to every single person who joined the live. We had a good time. It was short, it was sweet, it was funny, it was gist worthy, it was meme worthy, it was shade worthy. Guys, we ate. So huge shout out to everyone who joined. Also, happy birthday, Issy. Yes, I remembered. It was Issy's birthday today, but she mentioned it in the chat yesterday. So happy birthday, babe. I hope you've had a fabulous day. But yeah, guys, a lot for us to discuss and unpick and unpack, because Dejon is actually scary. At this stage, yeah, we're gonna chat. So as I usually end by saying, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahLesneyX. And number three, please get cozy, comfy, hot Ribena, cold Ribena, possibly a cold drink, because yeah, it's still hot even though it's been raining. But anyway, yeah, get cozy and comfy. Let's get into today's review. So let us start off with Jamie and Yas talking. He was talking about how much he has her back and he is very happy that she is a babe who stands up for her principles. And I said, wow, a man. Okay, man. And then also funny, guys, if you join the live, we know we always, for some reason, we always end up having this conversation when we speak about Yaz and being outspoken. And I always tell you guys, as a woman, if a guy tells you to be quiet, you should be even louder. Okay? Because you will find someone who accepts you for who you are. And Jamie definitely is like that for Yaz. I really do like them together, guys. You guys already know right now. They are definitely my winners. I feel like they seem to be the strongest couple in the villa. They just get on really well. Very natural, easy conversations with them. Doesn't seem forced, unlike some. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Next, let's move on to Connor and Shakira. Of course, she was talking to him about the kissing challenge, and obviously with him giving Angel a 9, and she was like, you need to think smarter. You need to use your head. Now she's going to go to Helena and Meg and be like, oh yeah, Connor gave me more than he gave Shakira, and all that stuff. I really, can I be honest? Let me say two things. I like Shakira anyway. You guys already know this. I've made that very clear on the channel. Second of all, Connor. I feel like Connor has become a lot more likable the more he's been chilling around the Castle Moore guys. Can't explain it, but I feel like he's become a lot more likable. But at the same time, there's still something about that guy. I can't put my finger on it. There's something off about Connor. If you know what's off, comment it down below. But for me, there's something off about that guy, and I can't get into it. I cannot get into it. I can't. For now anyway. Let's see if that changes. But I really like Shakira. I just wish she wasn't with him. That's just the reality. Next, moving on to Cach now talking to Toni about winning the kissing challenge. And Cach obviously did let her know that he is exploring things with Billykiss, and he does feel like there is a sexual connection there. But at the same time, it's going really slowly. And he has another combo with her the following day as well. But I think it's very clear that Cach actually likes Toni more than he likes Billykiss. Now, would I have wanted Cach to be for Billykiss 100%? Yes, I would, because I don't feel like Billykiss has had the greatest experience in that villa. And we spoke about this in yesterday's live as well. I don't know if Billykiss is going to get or establish a connection with someone genuine in that villa, but she has made it to the Peng Black Girls of Love Island Hall of Fame. And I pray those brand deals, those opportunities, yeah, I pray they come like this, because wow, she's such a stunning babe. But I just feel like with the season and the caliber of men that have been in this villa, it's been quite unfortunate that she hasn't been able to establish a single connection with a guy who is solely for her. Do you know what I mean? But we end up knowing later on as well that Billykiss and Cach end up going on the terrace. So we're going to talk about that quickly after we speak about Angel and Ty. When, to be honest, I don't really have much that I want to speak to you guys about them with. I said it in yesterday's live as well. I don't get much from Angel and Ty, and it's someone did say in yesterday's live that they feel like Angel and Ty know each other or have known each other prior to the episodes or season starting or whatever. But I just, guys, I don't know. I get snooze fest from Angel and I don't. Let me know if it's just me, but all they literally do is just kiss and that's it. I don't get anything from them, guys. Like, nothing. They come with a screen and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what it is. I don't know, but yeah. Sorry. I don't know why I'm not getting into it. I just feel like they're doing way too much, way too soon. You would think that they've been coupled together up from episode 1 and that they're even both OGs. I just think there's a lot going on there, in my personal opinion. Now, next moving on to Billykiss and Cach, or Billy Ma, as we call her on this channel. Of course, they were talking about the fact that their first kiss was actually in the challenge. You guys know the kissing challenge. And he was like, oh, I'd really love to kiss you again. Should I kiss Shakira? She said, no, let's go to the terrace. And they ended up going to the terrace. they're very playful with one another. You can definitely see that there's very good vibes and there's a very good connection between them. But even they did have a kiss, by the way. While camera was really zoomed in, I said, whoa, it's like I'm there with them. Okay, camera was very much zoomed in. But I feel like even when Cach speaks to Billykiss, like it doesn't seem, he's there, but it doesn't seem like he's there. Do you get what I mean? And I'm not saying he doesn't like her. I think Cach does like Billykiss, but I think he definitely likes Toni more. And I think in the coming episodes, possibly this week, he's just, because you know he keeps saying the guy that I'm trying to make up my mind, I'm trying to, he's gonna go for Toni 110%. Let me know if you agree or disagree down below, guys. But that's the vibe that I'm getting. That's definitely the vibe that I'm getting. Next, moving on to Boris and Emma. I don't know if I have much to share with you guys. Firstly, I don't take them seriously separately, so I also don't take them seriously together. But of course, Boris was like, when they were talking about the kiss, and he was just like, oh really? And I generally don't have much to say because I don't feel like there's a connection between them. I feel like they both don't have any other option in the villa, so they're having to settle for each other. But even later on when Boris is like, oh, he wants to get to know Angel, I'm not surprised because I do not see the chemistry between Boris and Emma at all. If you do, let me know. But I'm usually quite a good judge of character, and I think what I say goes. So yeah, in all honesty, I don't see the connection there, and no one can tell me otherwise. Okay, now of course the following morning, Cach made Toni a drink, and then he had another drink in his hands. Now I'm assuming that the other drink was actually for Billykiss, but obviously the producers didn't show that. So this is what I mean about the agenda. Like, you guys need to, turn the caps on, you know what I'm saying? As much as I would love Cach to be for Billykiss, he definitely has a stronger connection with Toni. And I feel like they're low-key trying to show us that he's going to go for Toni, because even that, he had the second drink. I definitely think that drink was for Billykiss, but they didn't show that scene, right? But he ended up making Toni a drink. Yaz was talking to the girls about the whole Dejon situation, and at the same time, Meg was speaking to Helena about Dejon and saying, oh, I don't know why he didn't want to speak to Yaz and everything because of yesterday. You guys already know, we ate that one up yesterday, because what do you mean I'm eating my pasta? And then when you finish your pasta, you still didn't go and speak to the babe. Very interesting. But of course, at the same time, Dejon was speaking to the guys, and he was like, oh, I'm confused. Like, I was eating my pasta. I don't know why Yaz actually wanted to talk to me. But yeah, like, I'm just... Keep that in mind, because the 180 that he does, like, Dejon is not fooling us on this channel. We are too smart for that. That one I know. We're actually too smart for that. Of course, as well, Harry now ended up saying as well that he's not going to go for Angel anymore because nothing comes close to what he has with Helena. Listen, these redemption arc edits, they're not working over here. Respectively, they're not working over here. They're not working over here. And even the conversations that take place later on in the episode lets me know that you men are just doing this for vibes at this point, because none of these guys are serious. None of them are serious. Apart from Jamie. I like Jamie. And Cach. I like Cach. Ty's a cute guy as well. But the rest of them in that villa, I can't take them seriously. Now, of course, we know that Harry now ended up pulling Angel for a chat and pretty much decided to close it off. It was a bit weird because you can definitely tell, it's almost like he doesn't want to close it off. I can't explain it. You guys know when Harry talks, he just be talking, but he would looking into your eyes, looking into your soul, still flirting. How are you closing it off but still flirting with the babe? And at the same time, Helena and Meg were sitting close to the bed where they were talking, and Meg was just like, oh my gosh, like, Helena, yes, like, this is what you deserve. After all that you've been through, instead of you to tell that girl to throw that guy in the bin and rip his singlet whilst she's there as well. You're there saying, oh, that's what you deserve. Like, honestly, this is what you deserve. This is what you deserve. And Helena's just sitting there playing with her hair. You guys really know how I feel about Helen and Harry. I literally tore their singlets in yesterday's live because genuinely speaking about them is very tiring. It's been the same conversation since episode 1. We already said it. Helena genuinely cares more about being picked than her dignity and integrity, okay? And self-worth. And so, like, that's the pinnacle of it that I've established from all of the scenes that have taken place with Harry and Helena, because I'm tired for her and I'm not even in the situation. Now, how does that add up? Okay, how does that add up as well? Of course, next moving on to Cach and Toni. He said that obviously it's time that she starts being treated like a woman again. Guys, I can't believe she even entertained Harrison, you know. And this is what I mean as well. Like, I know people deserve second, third, fourth. No, I'm not going to say second, third. Second chance, maybe. But I feel like I feel like she fumbled so bad that I just feel like, I don't know. Do you feel like Toni deserves a second chance of Cach? Everyone deserves a second chance in moderation. But maybe I'm just feeling bad for Billykiss. I think that's what it is. I'm feeling bad that she hasn't been able to establish like a full proper connection, and now that she finally can, she can't really. because he still likes Toni. But of course, they ended up talking a bit, and he was saying that he feels like with Billykiss, you know, things are going really slowly and the connection, and then they ended up closing the conversation with their special handshake. He's definitely going back to Toni, guys, and I think everyone including me, just needs to accept that. Next, moving on to Dejon. I'm going to put my phone down for this, right? Guys, I hope you know I'm not wearing a wig today because I don't feel like this episode deserved the wig. Okay? Because the Dejon and Meg screen time that we got was way too much. Dejon now pulls Meg to the fire pit. And he was like, oh, I'm just feeling down. You know, I'm just feeling down. By the way, I do feel like men's mental health matters, okay? I do feel like men's mental health matters. I just want to quickly start there. But he was just like, oh, I'm just feeling really down. Like, you know, I've always been the head of my family. I've always been the one to make decisions. I just feel like, wait, first things first is how did we get here? I've always been the head of my family. I've always been the one to make decisions. There's a link between that and I don't want to talk to Yas, so if I don't want to talk to her, I'm not going to talk to her. Guys, I genuinely didn't understand that entire conversation. Like, genuinely speaking, what are you actually saying? What? What are you actually saying? I've always been ahead of my family. I was so, guys, I genuinely wanted to know, where was that conversation going? He then started saying that I'm always going to do, I want to do, even at the podium challenge, like, you know, we got that, you know, the couple that gives the most ick, the couple that has the least emotional, blah, blah, blah. And that at the end of the day, what I can think of is maybe people are thinking that because the girls are talking about us and talking about me. Surely that can't be your reasoning. Surely that can't be your reasoning. And then Meg is now chiming in as well. Yeah, obviously, because you know when people are jealous, when people see that we're strong. Guys, genuinely, those two are scary. Because surely that can't be your reasoning. You can't make these things up, okay? It's given what delusional looks like. If delusional was in the dictionary, which I know it is, Dejon's picture, I need someone to comment down below to let me know how Dejon made that link. Yeah. I don't understand. Like, no, that's not the case whatsoever. And the delusions are clearly so evident up there, and it's quite scary because what do you mean it's because of conversations that the other girls have possibly been having about you? And then where did this jealousy thing come in play? It's like, and the thing is about Dejon is when he speaks to Meg, it's almost like he's speaking to her like he's speaking to the public. Like, are you trying to convince her, yourself, or us? I don't... Sorry, that doesn't make sense. Shortly after that conversation, I'm talking 2 minutes later, Dejon now sits down with Meg and he's talking about how, like, obviously, you know, I used to be quite stubborn, but I feel like this experience has really changed me. And, you know, for that reason, I'm going to go and talk to Yas. You literally just said 2 minutes ago that you don't want to have a conversation with her because you're the head of the house, and being the head of the house means that you're able to make decisions and you do what you do and you don't do what you don't want to do, and for that reason I'm not talking to Yas. It's given the producer had a little chin wag with him, because I genuinely don't understand that whole 180. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Strange, but we've been clocking Dejon on this channel anyway. This is not new news. You guys already know this. Of course, he now ended up putting Yas for a chat. Yas is much better than me, because even though it was just like, oh, can I put you for a chat? Toni was like, no, I don't. Yeah, for real, because when Yas wanted to chat to you yesterday, you were giving her attitude. And Yas is better than me, because even if I wasn't eating pasta, even if I was sitting there catching a tan, I'd have actually said, yeah, sorry, no, I'm eating my pasta. Because that's exactly, okay, that's exactly what he said to me yesterday. Anyway, they ended up having a chat. Yas still stood on business, even though Dejon was doing up, oh, you know, chummy, laughy, you know, that's not who I am, blah, blah, blah. But it is, because you've seen that from episode 1, but anyway, that's fine. Yas was just like, yeah, at the end of the day, you didn't need to be rude with it. Like, even if you were playing the game, you didn't want to participate like that. The comments that you made at their side were just, yeah, it just wasn't okay. So I'm glad that she still said what she needed to say, even though Dejon was coming with this whole, oh, I'm so sorry, talking about it was supposed to be a joke, he's making jokes. It wasn't funny because no one laughed. Do you know what, guys? I'm so sorry. I just feel like I'm over the repetitiveness. Like, I'm very much over it. It's been the same thing with the same people, and it's like, now that the finale is close, it's giving everyone, I don't know, but we know this isn't even Dejon's last straw, because he ends the episode on a whole different level. Next, briefly moving on to Shakira and Connor again. She said obviously that Harry really hurt her and her guard is really up, and Connor was just pretty much trying to reassure her, and a little combo there. It goes back to what I said in the beginning of this review anyway. I do really like Shakira. I can't vibe with Connor. at the moment. I don't know if that's changing over here, but right now I just can't vibe with the guy. Next, briefly move on to Boris and Angel speaking. Of course, because Boris already told Ty that he wanted to get to know Angel. Guys, I didn't know Boris spoke 5 languages. That is very, very impressive. Angel says she speaks double Dutch. I've never heard of that. Okay, I've never heard of that. But once again, it goes back to what I said, that I don't actually feel like Boris likes Emma. I feel like him and Emma were both settling for each other because it was convenient, because there was no one else in the villa for them. Now at night time, no, not at night time, briefly, they got a text that it was time for Meg and Dejon's date, a sunset date. Guys, I genuinely don't have notes. I was away from my laptop when this date was on, and I just put the volume up, and then I heard something about them talking about being the strongest couple, talking about meeting their families, and then at the end he asked her to be his girlfriend. Once again, Dejon, the different tactics he's bringing out from this hat to win this 50k is getting a bit scary. What do you mean? Girlfriend? I'm sorry, I think that was a very unserious move. I think that was a very unserious... Guys, I can't laugh. I'm laughing, but I can't laugh. But no, genuinely, I can't laugh because, wow. And I think even when he said it, I think Meg said something like, oh, are you serious, mate? Guys, I have nothing else to say. I don't have words for that day. I don't have words for them being girlfriend and boyfriend. Good luck, sis. Because I don't understand. And I genuinely don't have anything to say because I was away from my laptop, because honestly, nah, ain't nobody checking for that. Okay? Well, over here, ain't nobody checking for that. Of course, at night time, Harry was talking to Helena and Angel at the same time. Guys, that guy is very odd. And Helena is also very odd for accepting that. And it goes back to what I said. She would rather be picked. She would actually rather be picked than to do anything else. In the presence of Helena, Harry was asking Angel what type of if she was wearing underwear. Guys, I don't have any words at this point. I think I'm quite desensitized to it all, actually. I think it's getting a bit awkward. What do you mean you're asking that question? And Helena is sitting there smiling. Like, oh, yeah, we're very funny now. Guys, I'm not speaking about that situation. I don't have words. I'm sorry, I actually don't have words. Of course, Dejon and Meg ended up coming back, and the second they came back, she was just like, he may be his girlfriend. The girls went to go and speak, and the guys went to go and speak. I feel like even as Dejon was talking about it, Harry was just looking at him like, oh, bro, yeah, I clocked you up. Congrats, bro. And even the girls, I'm not trying to be funny, the only girl that was happy for Helena for Meg was Helena. Helena was the only one who hugged her, like, oh, and she was just like, oh my God, thank you so much, girls, thank you so much. The other girls were just looking like, oh, okay, because... Are you sure you guys are even ready for that? Do you guys even know the meaning of girlfriend and boyfriend at this stage? Very interesting. What was even so funny at the end, and this is what I always say, guys, I'm sorry. Y'all cannot, that no one can actually ever, even though I question the choices of men that they go for, I can never hate Shakira and Toni. I'm sorry. They sat down and they were just like, oh, girlfriend and boyfriend. Because they after the convo, literally the convo was so quick when she was talking about, oh yeah, sunset, he made it official. Shakira and Toni now walk off and they sit down somewhere. They're just like, oh, girlfriend and boyfriend. Well, I'm happy for her. But they did establish that they feel like Meg is actually a genuine person, and they feel like Dejon is the one that's playing the game. And one thing about Shakira and Toni is they're always going to clock people. And what's so interesting was some people on Twitter were just like, oh, Shakira and Toni are such mean girls. Are you guys forgetting? This is what I'm saying, guys. You can't forget how people act. Are you guys forgetting how Meg and Helena were acting in the beginning of the season? Don't let amnesia catch you when you're young. Okay? Please. Let us not forget how Helena and Meg were. Now, I feel like because of how Helena and Meg's situation seemed to be so smooth sailing and whatever, people are now thinking, oh yeah, Shakira and Toni are the mean girls. Get them out of the villa, get them out of the villa. Please, guys, let's be guided, okay? And let's put our thinking caps on. Dejon is playing a big game, and only someone who cannot see and cannot hear will say that he isn't. There's no way. There's actually no way. There's no way. But Shakira and Toni, they're going to clock Dejon every single time, okay? And they can never get me to hate them too. Puriana, okay? But yeah, guys, that is the end of today's review. We did get a glimpse into tomorrow's episode. There is going to be the summer party. Someone came to perform. I don't know if I saw Tiny Temper. I don't know if I'm making it up in my head. But someone came to perform as well. So it'll be very interesting to see tomorrow's episode. Guys, we have literally less than 2 weeks left. I think probably around like 10 or 11 episodes. So let's start dumping people. Let's start closing it up, because I genuinely can't take anyone in that villa seriously, other than Jamie and Yaz as being a serious, yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, guys, that's the end of tonight's review. Please let me know in the comments how you also found it as well. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Definitely join the PM with me. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. But other than that, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Hope you've had an amazing start to the new week. Please take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.